chime back in for that secondary frag. But with the aft plant positions already posed and a couple of kills coming through, Dapper and Shazam getting things started here. And that aft plant scenario, Winsum might be able to run through a bit of a distraction. And here can't connect with the headshot. The Sentinels are starting to lock things away. And there's Zombs just finishing things off. A very easy round in effect. It seems just all too easy at that point. The SMG is able to chip in for the first. But with the spike going down once more, Sentinels should have an ironclad lock on this A site. And Nurfed is stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. He has the flank fully in place. And even with a pistol, again, trying to do some damage. A 3 versus 5 scenario. Maybe an opportunity for Renegades here as the tertiary frag comes through. Nurfed holds the angle, and it's all down to Sova here. There's nothing that he can do about this one. He gets completely ripped out of the...
Checked it and decided to back away and go A, but they are amassing. This appears to be the first real hookah push that we're going to see. Dapper takes down CP2.
Wow. There are the kills to follow, and well, with the barrier orb thrown into place, I don't think the Bulldogs should be able to do all too much here, even against the pistols. They backtrack, taking Raze and Sova as their prize. And Nurfed over by Bathrooms has actually been a fairly influential member here. He's been finding a lot of those opening frags, and well, there's another one, a secondary headshot onto Sick, trying to flashbang him away. Winsum to try and hold up the sole defense here. And in the back lines, he's going to get swiftly taken out.
CP2 popping off with a double there to give Renegades a numbers advantage, but they've got to push in and get this spike diffused. Randyysavage taking down Dapper, but Sick does get Zombs back up. Hunter's Fury's coming up to stop the defuse. And now we also see the orbital strike come down, and despite the numbers, I'm not sure they're going to have enough time. We see the defuse attempted, but Zombs denies it. Randyysavage gets the 3K and will get the defuse. Good positioning there from Randy to clean that up, but that was very hectic there at the end. A lot of ults thrown out, a lot of trades.
This is where things start to get a little bit of touch and go. The spy cam at least merits a little bit of that elbow information. And with Winsum nailing another headshot, this defensive side is starting to clamp down on B. A third frag found in CP2 chipping through. It's a flawless round for the defensive half. 3-3.
As I said before, Winsum and CP2 have shown me a lot. And Berghy here with an early pick on Sinatra puts the numbers advantage in their favor again. I'd like to see them turn this into a round win. Berghy now picks up Zombs and Sick. Berghy is absolutely popping off here. Almost finds Dapper before getting punished. Randyysavage takes down Shazam. Dapper then gets that kill as well. So Dapper with the spike, going to be going to site B. There is Sova waiting in the wings to get him. I think he's trying to get this plant money, but it will be denied by CP2. That's what I want to see.
Renegades have control of A once again. Good Bathrooms control. This is a good anchor for the retake, but a great headshot from Sinatra evens things up.
That pick from Sinatra was massive because it stopped the showstopper. Sinatra also picks off Nurfed there as well, and we've got Berghy up in heaven raining down those op shots. So far, the spike has not been planted, so they're going to take the teleporter over to B. Time's running out, so they have to get this down. We can see the incendiary on the ground here. The plant's going down, but Randyysavage takes down Sick. And that's also going to be Sinatra falling, so this will be a defuse and then another round win for the Renegades.
As I said before, immense control on this defending side. That bathroom position seems incredibly powerful. Pressure applied. 5 versus 3, such an important round to win. That recon bolts are going to get the job done on the first. A great blast pack in, does tremendous amounts of damage. And once again, the retake scenario seems primed and ready. And Berghy misses the first, but certainly not the second. That secures the 6th. And a great hold once again from the Renegades. And a horrible wall coming through. I think that they can actually pick and pry around this one. At least the Incendiary is going to hold them out momentarily. But with the kills coming in one more time, Dapper can't get the damage done. There's the res right on cue. And an even scenario here. 3 versus 2, and it gets shut down just like that.
Quicker than normal. So this is them actually adapting their strategy a bit. Sinatra gets another entry frag before traded out with CP2, but Dapper gets Randyysavage. Zoms finds one. This is what I wanted to see before. With Sentinels, they are great at adapting. I think that this has caught Renegades a bit off guard because they haven't seen this kind of fast push aggression out of Sentinels yet on this map, and now they're in a 4v2 post-plant scenario, and they should be able to take this round.
This should certainly be an easy one to close out. You see that the Renegades, obviously this being the penultimate round with a bye coming up next, they're going to go for it, but with Sick finding that penultimate frag, Winsum gone, Nurfed really has no chance any longer. He's going to try and cling onto this Phantom for the final time, and he's going to get recon bolted right away from this B site. I love the change of pace there from the Sentinels, just diving and darting into B. And 4 rounds on this attacking side, that's actually
want to set themselves up for the second half in a great way. And again, more aggression out of the side of Sentinels. Sinatra coming in with the run it back here. Sick gets a pick, Sinatra gets a pick, and I like the change. CP2 answers back, but Shazam gets that trade frag, and right when I mentioned that Sentinels has been great at adapting and I was waiting for them to do just that, they answer.
Yeah, it's a repeat
Sick
performance
catches
once
Winsum.
again. A guaranteed fifth.
Catches a headshot, but because it's the classic, wasn't enough to finish it. Sinatra draws first blood on Nurfed, though.
Fairly even engagement to start things off. Sick and Randy once again trade frags, and these ghosts need to pry through before the spike goes down in a way. Winsum, another 1-to-1 trade, and we'll see the 2 versus 2 scenario. There's so the tellies to be, and finally does plant this spike down in a way. It'll all come down to their headshots here in the retake. Shazam's going to try and start things off. CP2 nicely gets around the corner and elbow, tries to take an aggressive secondary swing, and they seem to have this one all wrapped up here inside the hookah. Shazam's going to find that final frag, tripling things up, and that's a much-needed pistol round.
That early kill they needed. Through the teleporter they go as they try to get in here to plant. Good flash, but with the slow, Randyysavage answers back, takes out Sinatra. Shazam picks off Nurfed here as well, but this is still a 4v3 in a post-plant scenario. Sick trying to find somebody. CP2 also takes down Dapper. And Renegades actually might pull this off. Again, for whatever reason here on Bind, the teams that are underbought have been overperforming. But Shazam ends Randysavage's peak and now finds Berghy.
Still an opportunity in this one. Finally closed down by the pincer between over towards this side of the map. But here comes the retake once again.
We hear somebody on the spike, but Sick eliminates CP2. Berghy and Nurfed also finding kills as well. That's going to even things up in a 2v2 here. Dapper eliminates Berghy. Now we're down to the 1v1 after Nurfed. And the fake from Shazam baits it out, and now that will be a defuse. So
and probably an incendiary as well from Zoms to just slow and split up this approach. I love this combination. The recon bolt connects and heavy damage done with Hunter's Fury. Opens.
Might try to pressure over on A, but instead they rotated over. Winsum does get a kill with the rocket before falling to Sinatra. So it's an even trade, but everybody's filing into B here as they try to get this plant down. Beautiful flash from Sinatra. However, CP2 and Nurfed find headshots. And the spike is planted in time. And now it's up to Zoms to either try to defend this or back out. It does look like he wants to go for it. Berghy gonna res. And I like this res from Berghy, not only because you want to make sure you get this round win, but for economic reasons as well. Renegades was short on credits, and that will help them save yet another weapon.
A great aggressive Hunter's Fury to get things started. That's a nice chunk of damage dealt. The aforementioned orbital strike isn't going to come through as of yet, wanting to keep that in hand just one more time. And well, a fairly even engagement, and finally, spike planted, orbital strike through. It's not going to capture anybody. It's ever so slightly late, and allows Sick to negotiate himself into a position further onto this site. A couple of kills from the rear from Dapper, and Soba has it all to do right now. He's unable to transfer the spray. And well, that's going to be another reverse round. This time, Sentinels bringing it back.
The first team to win 2 in a row here in this half is probably going to take this. Just from sheer momentum and swinging things. This back and forth.
This burst. And it all comes down to how many kills Dapper's able to find initially. The Cyber Cage goes through. It's that slight barrier of entry. And an even trade. And kind of forced back before this spike can go down and through. I don't think that the defensive side want to get all too aggressive here and just play safety in numbers in the 4 versus 4 scenario. And without the spike down and Dapper connecting with another shot, the rotating flank is already here. And I don't think that Renegades are going to be more than ready for this one. Shazam and Dapper finish things off. And that's the scoreline closed up once again. Finally picking apart, I think, 2 rounds in a row now. And well, this is going to be the must-win round. A lot of work to do here. They're going to cling on to this one. Spike finally down. He drops as well. That evens things up once more. Able to trade it back and through. And here's the flank once more. Operator nailing yet another. And this again was on a night dropping as well. A third map is certainly on the cards. Sinatra also falls. And again, an even Stevens scenario on the B site this time. Dapper and Zom's going to be a little late to the party, but without the spike planted as of yet, it all comes down to these follow-up frags. Spike finally down through, and Sick only finds that one-to-one trade. It's not good enough in this scenario. Puts all the pressure on Zom's shoulders, and they want to find this frag before even going for this plant right here. The heal from Sage.
You will not
and
kill
while
my
Zoms
ally.
again has a world of work to be done, the res as well in hand. This is again an unenviable situation as he needs to nail all of the headshots right now, and I just don't think it's possible to see defenders stacked all upon each other. Be the initial entry man. With the wall broken and Nurfed in Berghy, applying the pressure. The Sentinels are getting crushed on every single approach. A 1 versus 5 and no chance for Zoms to finish. 13 to 11 there, and we will see a third and final.